Say Something sung by A Great Big World and Sam Smith's Stay With Me are two of the most popular songs from 2014. Both of them are often labeled as sad songs and are usually able to evoke an emotional response within the listener. Have you ever wondered why this is? How come certain pieces can make a person cry or want to dance? And what makes music able to do this to a listener? In this video, I will be exploring the science behind our emotional responses to music and the various factors of music theory that affect this. One of the main reasons people will listen to music is to feel good. Upbeat songs are the best way to cheer up somebody or lead to an all-out jam session in the car. This is because music releases dopamine in the brain, a feel-good neurochemical released when we experience pleasure and reward, usually in relation to food, sleep, or sex. McGill University in Canada conducted an experiment in which 8 participants' brains were scanned when they were listening to music. The study showed that dopamine was released in the corpus stratum during the emotional peak moments of the song. The study also showed that the caudate nucleus of the stratum was active when anticipating the emotional peak moment of the piece. Emotional peaks in music are often found around the middle of a piece when the music begins to take a turn and start to build tension before reaching the height of the song. One of my favorite examples of this is found within a saxophone solo titled Aria by Eugene Bonza. Listen to how the song increases in dynamic and becomes syncopated when moving up to the highest note of the piece. In summary, every song has an emotional peak in which the anticipation and experience of it will cause our brains to react in a specific way in order to release the dopamine chemical. Many factors go into creating the mood of a song. 2 of the most important factors are key and tempo. The 2 main types of key signatures are major and minor. A song in a major key will sound much more bright and cheery than one in a minor key. Listen to the comparison of Happy Birthday when played in a major key versus a minor key. Can you hear the mood change from a major and minor key? The tempo is also a factor that can make a song sound somber or sad. Take Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. When played at a faster tempo, it increases in tension and anxiety. This is backed up by an experiment done by the University of Wisconsin-Madison in which 14 participants were asked to ride an exercise bike until their heart rate reached 130 BPM. After it reached this point, they had to ride the bike at a consistent pace while maintaining about 130 BPM for 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes, the participants stopped pedaling and the experimenter immediately placed headphones on the participant and played either fast or slow music. There was a significant difference in the heart rate when the music tempo increased. When listening to rock music, participants had a higher ending heart rate than the no music mean. And when listening to classical music, the participant's heart rate was significantly lower than the no music mean. This backs up the claim that fast tempos increase tension within the listener, while slow tempos make the listener much more relaxed. One scientific theory suggests that music makes you cry thanks to the hormone prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone that is found in high concentrations within psychic tears, or tears due to high emotion, whether it be pain, grief, happiness, or laughter. Music has the ability to fool the brain into thinking that you are emotionally injured through the means of empathy. When we hear songs about heartbreak or death, it causes our brains to feel sympathetic towards the singer, or may cause us to think back to a moment in our lives in which we felt a similar feeling. When the brain is fooled into thinking that an emotional, romantic, parental, social, or occupational goal was failed, prolactin is released, much like how endorphins are released during physical pain. Prolactin can cause people to begin to cry, especially to those more emotional, but due to the consoling and comforting effects, many people describe this as a good cry. In summary, this theory proposes that due to the acoustic features that sad music normally emulates through an empathetic response, feelings of sadness are felt within the listener. This may also be amplified by thinking about sad thoughts or memories. Whether or not the listener actually cries, the state of sadness felt when listening to music causes a release of prolactin. However, prolactin's consoling effects make sure that the listener does not remain in this state of sadness. Now that I have established the many ways that music is able to evoke a strong emotion for its listener, how does this relate to memory? The emotions that are caused by music are similar to natural emotions, as they both are able to enhance memory processes within humans. Autobiographical information associated with certain melodies is evoked when we hear relevant music, as proven by a study done at this university and the AMI Center of Aalto University. The participants' only task was to attentively listen to an Argentinian tango from beginning to end. This style of music was chosen due to it being characterized by its musical motifs that are easy to follow. When the musical motifs in the piece were repeated, there was an increase of activity in the medial temporal lobe areas, which are best known for being essential for long-term memory. This means that the lobe areas were engaged in short-term recognition of musical phrases. Since the hippocampus, a part of the medial temporal lobe, has been observed to be active in response to recurring musical phrases while listening to music within this experiment, it is believed that short and long-term memory processes may depend on each other after all. Also, the hippocampus is connected to neural circuitry involved in emotional behavior, so this research also suggests that emotional events are more memorable than neutral ones. These findings raise further questions regarding how music can positively affect the hippocampus and furthermore the memory system of patients with diseases associated with hippocampal atrophy, like Alzheimer's. As scientists gather a better understanding of the links between music and memory in the future, better attempts to rehabilitate or improve the life quality of patients with neurodegenerative conditions will become more possible. In conclusion, there is so much more to music than what meets, well, the ear. I find music to be already so interesting from a theory aspect, some of which I explained within this section of what makes music sad. But now, this new scientific research showing that there is also a huge biological significance for music is so cool. Who knew that the combination of sounds in such a way could lead to the release of dopamine in the brain, or cause somebody to cry by the means of empathy or prolactin? This research is also so incredibly important to the future of music therapy and helping people with neurodegenerative conditions. As science continues to advance, music will only become more important in helping patients. I hope you are as anxious as I am to see how music will continue to develop within the future, and I thank you for watching.